especially like when you're studying, because studying versus an assignment is different. Assignment, once you've got it out on the piece of paper and it's all done, you can kind of hand it in. But when you're studying, you actually need to be absorbing all the information because you need that for an exam. Yeah. And I think it's funny because a lot of people would probably argue against saying they are very productive at 2 a.m. And the reason for that might be because it's 2 a.m. and no one else is awake distracting you. And so how can you create that situation during the day by turning off your phone or whatever it is, maybe going to the library or whatever it is. Yeah. And so I think that it kind of links back to what we were talking about earlier.
Sure. You have to be, if you're going to have that sort of dedicated time of just focusing on one thing, so not multitasking, and either focusing on an assignment or on an exam, then you need to either remove the distractions or you need to remove yourself. So you have to remove the distractions like the phone and the communication channels. And if you're in a sort of a noisy environment, then as you say, remove yourself, take yourself off to the library or go even a cafe, because the noise there is kind of white noise.
Yeah.
But get away from your phones.
Yeah, would you recommend keeping the phone out of your room?
I try and recommend that to my teenagers.
It's a lot easier said than done.
It doesn't. It's not entirely successful, I must admit. But having said that, the nights where, say, they've got an exam the next morning and it's pretty intense and they have been studying hard and they're knackered, they tend to put their phone on charge in the kitchen. And they won't have it in their room. So I think it's almost like a self-regulation thing. They know when they need it.
Everyone knows you shouldn't be on your phone. It's just addictive and it's hard to not to do it.
Yeah.
And most people will only be able to do it when they're at their last resort the night before, as you said.
Yeah.
And so I think that's such a big one, the night before. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
I did it. I still kind of do it. So you remove the phone, remove yourself. Or not remove any distractions.
Yeah,
or
remove distractions or remove yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And that includes interruptions, because if you're in flow, as you said, and you're working really well, if someone comes up and interrupts you, or your phone goes, or it buzzes, or it beeps, or whatever, every time you get interrupted, your productivity drops by about 40%.
40.
Yep.
Okay,
and then it takes you 23, on average, it'll take you 23 minutes to refocus to the point of focus you had when you were interrupted. So if you are interrupted, it's massively impacting your ability to be in flow.
Yeah.
So, say to your parents, look, I'm going to go and study for an hour. Don't interrupt me, unless the house is on fire, sort of thing. Turn your phone off, remove those interruptions, and also, and educate the people around you. Say, look, every time you interrupted me, this is what it's costing me.
Yeah. It's costing you, as you just said, what do you say, 20 minutes, 25
23 minutes.
To get back onto track where you were.
That's all right. That's right. And the other thing is that if you are in flow and it's going really well, if you're interrupted, then not only does it take you 23 minutes to get back on track, but on average, you'll do 2 different things before you return to the original task.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So you'll check your emails,
check
or
Facebook
you'll make a call, or you'll jump into Facebook, or you might go make a sandwich, or have a chat to your mates or your parents.
Because you're broken now. It's like, I'm broken. I might as well, before I get back on track, I might as well do some things.
That's it. And so you're wasting more time again. The other thing is that oftentimes we can be our own worst interrupter. Self-distractions are, really high and really damaging. Just as damaging as someone else interrupting you is when you kind of interrupt yourself. So try and set yourself up for study in such a way that you're making the environment really nice to be in full flow. So, have your drink of water or your coffee or your tea ready, have some music on, or, some nice smelling candles or whatever. Just get it all set up so that when you're there, it's a nice environment to be in and you're not looking for distractions.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go get a coffee, or, I'll just go and do this, or because, that's eating into your time as well.